Hello, and today we got Danny Denholm, East Fife winger and, and host of the Lower League Ramblings podcast. Hiya, Danny. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Yeah, I like your background. Lots of football memorabilia going on.
Yeah, thank you. So let's start off. What is your first memory of playing football?
I think my first memory was when I was about 4 or 5. I think my dad took me along to a sort of little sort of boys club thing, and I remember I don't remember it vividly, but I remember it being in an AstroTurf, like an old school AstroTurf, and just loving it. I had feet that went in the way, so I used to walk funny. So I don't think they had high hopes for me, but it seemed to work to my advantage. So yeah, in my early days, I think it was a boys' club called Dunedin, and I just stayed there for years after that first experience.
Who was the first professional club you signed for?
It was Hearts, so I think it was 10 or 11, and I signed for Hearts. I was only there for 3 or 4 years, and I didn't really grow, so I was released. I was released at the end of that, and I didn't really join professional football again till senior, till I was ready for first team really. So I had a different path than most. But Hearts was good to play for my boyhood club. Pop on the jersey, even if it's 7 sides or 9 sides. It was a great experience.
Was there anybody in that team who went on to play for Hearts or any other big clubs?
Not particularly. We didn't have a great bunch. We had a couple of players that were really good, really talented, but for whatever reason they fell away. I think a lot of them got in with the wrong crowd and fell away. There was a couple, I think, maybe the year. The other team, the other Hearts team, we had was Gary Glenn, who did all right. Gary Glenn made a couple of appearances for Hearts, scored a few derbies. There was a few. I'm trying to think. Johnny Brown played for Brecon and teams like that. But nobody really. It wasn't a great crop. It wasn't a vintage Hearts crop.
What's the best stadium you've played in?
Oh, difficult. Easter Road was quite good. I mean, Easter Road means a bit to me and my family. I'm a Hearts fan, but my family's predominantly Hibs based, Hibs fans, and I live 10 minutes away from Easter Road, so walking to the ground was a bit special. The stadium itself, the pitch was just superb. Lovely new stand, and then we got hammered 6-1. So it wasn't great in the end, but it was a good experience and something that meant a lot to the family.
Who's the best teammate you've had?
The best team that I've played for, or the best team I've played against?
Teammate.
Best teammate I've had. That's a difficult question. I've had some great teammates over the years for different reasons. Who've enjoyed. I enjoyed playing with a guy called Thomas O'Brien, who's at Arbroath just now. Played with him at Forfar. Played with him at Arbroath as well, and we used to share a car. So enjoyed a lot of my experiences with him. Also like a guy called Yano Campbell, so Dick Campbell's son. Hell of a player with left foot, but couldn't move at all. But he just great laugh. He used to share sort of rides up with them. But there's been so many that it's those journeys in part-time football where you're travelling from Edinburgh to wherever, that you get quite a lot of good bonding done. So I think those are the ones that mean most to me, rather than how they did on the pitch. It was more the experience I shared with them in the car.
Who's the worst teammate you've had in terms of like playing pranks and stitching you up, that sort of thing?
I don't know. To be fair, I've been all right. I don't really get attacked with the pranks very much. I'm all right. I'm just keeping myself. Worst teammate that was up to something all the time. I mean, Kyle Wilkie. He's now, I think he's playing for, I don't know, East Kilbride or something like that. But he was Livingston with me a few years back, and he was just always up to something. Whether it be doing people's gear, or whether it be just I don't know, putting stuff in freezing cold water, or just basically ruining your stuff. He was annoying for that, but he was a good guy. But to be fair, I've not had any real bad teammates over my time. Everybody's sort of, I think you're all fighting for the same cause. So everybody's been fine with me, and I've been fine with everybody.
Good. Who's the best player you've played against?
Difficult. I liked. I think Greg Stewart was good. I think before his move to Birmingham, I think he was at Dundee. He gave me a torrid time. He was really good. And who else was good? There was Kenny McLean, who's down in Norwich now. He was brilliant. Ryan Christie was very good. Martin Boyle, just so quick. There's nobody that really stood out as being exceptional that I've played against, but there's been a lot of players that are about that level, sort of very, very good players and have the ability to kick on. Andrew Robertson, he's probably the best. He's the one that's won the Champions League, to be fair. I played against Andy Robertson. He was young at the time. He was at Dundee United, and it's amazing to see how he's developed.
He's not bad.
No, it's not a bad one.
What are the best and worst kits you've worn?
Worst kit got to be this first, so signed for Forfar in 2012, made an away kit. It was sort of luminous orange. It was like the Blackpool sort of kit. It was just horrible, and it was so baggy. It was made by Pendle, and everything was extra large. It was just awful, and not great. Best kit. To be fair, the kits the last few years have been good. Initially I liked Livingston because that was a while ago. It was 2013 or 2014, but the kit was really nice. It was Adidas, so it was a better brand. It was slim fit. I had my name on the back. I'd never had my name on the back of my shirt before. I had number 11, so loved that for the age I was at. But in recent years, I quite liked the Arbroath kit, just maroon, obviously a Hearts fan, and nice and tight and slim fit. And it was Pendle, which was weird because Forfar were Pendle as well, and it was rubbish. But they've came leaps and bounds since 2012. So, Arbroath and Livingston probably my favourite two kits.
Staying on the topic of shirts, who's the best player you swap shirts with?
Thing is, nobody really wants my shirt when we play, so it's not a case of swapping. It's begging for someone else's shirt and hoping to give you. But in Scotland, at the level I play it, or even in the League Cup, it's hard to get people's shirts because the kit men are they're so like not they can't give those shirts away. So it was James McFadden at Motherwell. Obviously, he's huge for me. Like when I was growing up, he was like just sensational. He scored the big goals. So I tried to get his shirt, and he was about to give me a shirt, and the kit man ran on and said, "No, I can't swap the shirt." And he was just like, "Oh, come on." So, because I think it's just money, financial things. I managed to swap with Rudy Scatchell, again, Hearts fan, but he was at Wraith Rovers at the time. So, again, he's not got the best rapport with Wraith fans, didn't do great there. But for me, he was 2005, that was probably when I was going to games the most, and that's when Scatchell was first at Hearts. So I got his shirt. So that's the one that I've still got, and even though it was a Wraith Rovers shirt, I'm proud to have played against them.
What would you say has been the best moment in your career?
Winning the league with Arbroath, because we were not fancied. There was two full-time teams in the league. I didn't particularly have a great season, but football was a team game rather than a individual season where I've had great individual seasons and it's not quite great as a team. So it was just a great thing for a club like Arbroath who had been at the foot of League Two to now be playing in the Championship in League One. It's like a sleeping giant in terms of that area. It's bigger than all the other clubs in that area. That was huge. In terms of, like, as I say, individual seasons, we got relegated with Forfar. I scored double figures in goals from midfield, which is a good return, but you got relegated, so it's nothing to be proud of. It's all about how you do as a team. It's a cliche, but that's the one that stands out for me.
What would you say has been your worst performance on the pitch?
I've had some bad performances over the years. I'm trying to think. Airdrie, I mean, I always play bad at Airdrie for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I got hooked after 45 minutes last season at Airdrie. That was a bit of a shocker. I've never had any absolute real shockers, but I've had a lot of just below par games. But that one at Airdrie stands out. Every time I got the ball, just ran out or just lost it. And then after 45 minutes, the manager took me off, and I was just like, yep, absolutely fine. I can see why you're doing that. No protest from me. So that's probably the one that stands out in recent memory.
What are the best boots you've ever worn?
Ooh. Boots don't really hold anything for me anymore. Like in the sort of professional football, I've not really had a pair that were like, I don't have a massive attachment to them, but when I was younger, I would have an attachment to them. So I'd have to go back to my younger years and Predators, and they were just beautiful boots, weren't they? Predators, everybody loved them, but different colours. I think I had a pair of champagne ones that were lovely. Champions League ones, I think they were called. They were magnificent. In my latter years, I had a pair of boots, Nike CTRs. They were really comfortable. See, instead of going for style, it's been more comfort in my latter years. Comfort and price. Don't want to spend too much on boots. So Nike CTRs were nice, and Nike Tiempos in my latter years, but going back, it had to be the Predator back in the day.
Who's the best manager you've had?
That's quite an easy one for me because I've only played with 2 or 3, and one of this guys signed me 3 times. Forfar, then back to Forfar and Arbroath. Dick Campbell, just obviously an absolute legend of the lower league game. Just says it as how he sees it, and he sees it in a bizarre way sometimes. But you've never had a dull moment under Dick Campbell. His team talks are just unbelievable, funny. Builds good dressing rooms, builds good rapport, speaks to his players in a good way. Man management's great, and that's nothing to say. Like I've got Darren Young at the moment, who's a very different manager. He's more of a young up and coming. He's got great ideas, very different to Dick Campbell. And then even John McGlynn was good as well. But Dick Campbell stands out by a mile.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Don't know. I would say, like, don't. It's an old cliche again, but you don't get too high with the highs, too low with the lows. And in football, that's obviously massive, because you can feel after a game, if you get beat, you can feel so low, but it's never as bad as you foresee it, and you can't dwell on it. And the same with the high, you can't let it affect your ego. In terms of you've maybe scored a couple of goals and you can get a bit big for your boots, which is having to be in my early career for sure. But I think you've got to just keep that level-headedness. And I think I read a good quote from Marcelo Bielsa recently, and it was pretty much that phrase: don't get too high, don't get too low with the lows, but in a better format. And you can learn more a lot of the time from losing games rather than winning them. So that'd be the one that stands out for me.
What was the last game you played before the COVID shutdown?
It was either Forfar away, or I think it was Forfar away, or Airdrie away. I can't remember which one came first. Forfar we won 1-0. Airdrie got beat 1-0. That wasn't the game I got hooked, but it was again not a great performance. So, it's just you're asking that question, but it's such a long time ago. You know, it's like February or March. It feels a lifetime ago.
Yeah. And just finally, to end on, when was the last time you had to pay for a ticket to go to a football match?
No, I don't really go to many football matches because I'm always playing. I think I paid for my ticket for the Hearts Cup final against St Mirren in the League Cup in 2014 or 2013. I think I paid for that. No, I got that for free. I'm trying to think. The Hearts Hibs 2012. So the club gets tickets for that, but we have to pay for them. So anyway, I got tickets from. So I paid for that, but the tickets were like gold dust. So I got a ticket for me and my dad to go with that, and that was superb because he's a massive Hearts man and probably the most famous day in Hearts history. So it was it was well worth whatever we paid for it, 25 quid or whatever.
Right, Danny, that wraps it up. It's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you.
Not a problem. Keep going with these. I'll look out for them, all right?
Yep, thank you.